Two of Germany's biggest cities, one ultimate showdown. Which one truly wins, Berlin or Munich? On the left, Berlin, the creative hub with affordable living. On the right, Munich, renowned for its premium quality of life. Let's skip the cliches and get to what really matters. Each category scores points, and you'll see exactly who takes the crown at the end. The winner might surprise you. So here's a quick mind map of what we're comparing today. We've got cost of living, property prices, rental yields and investment returns, city size and diversity, quality of life and safety, housing market dynamics, and finally, rental market stability. That covers, honestly, pretty much everything you need if you're thinking investment or just day-to-day living. Alright, let's kick things off with the cost of living, and oh man, this is a hot topic. Berlin, honestly, it's a steal compared to most European capitals. We're talking rents for a decent two-bed place floating between 14 to 1700 euros a month. Daily expenses are friendlier, there's just better affordability, especially if you're a young professional trying to actually save something each month. The only catch? Salaries are a little lower than Munich. Now Munich, picture this. Basically take everything Berlin offers and crank up both the costs and the pay. Expect to pay about 1600 to even up to 2200 for rent on a two-bed, and daily stuff just costs more. Yes, salaries are higher and the economy's super strong, but you'll notice the dent in your wallet a lot faster. If you're saving focused, Berlin is hands down the better pick here. Next up, property prices. So if you ever wanted to own a slice of either city, listen to this. Berlin's property prices are way more doable. Think 5200 to 5450 euros per square meter. Seriously, you could buy 2 Berlin apartments for the price of one in Munich. It's just a much lower entry cost and better value, especially if you're investing for the long haul. Only downside, the values themselves aren't as high as Munich, but hey, it's a solid gateway. And then there, Munich, oof, brace yourself. You're staring at 8 to 8400 euros per square meter, about 25 to 35% higher than Berlin. The market's rock solid, offers great long-term wealth, and it just had a solid 3.7% growth in Q1 2025. But yeah, high entry costs and limited supply push prices up. If you're looking for good value and easier entry, Berlin wipes the floor with Munich here. Moving on to rental yields and investment returns, because come on, who doesn't want solid payback on their cash? Berlin is almost a cheat code for investors right now. Gross rental yield sits at 4.2%, which is basically the best you'll find in any major German city. Nearly double what you get in Munich. You can actually make your money work for you as long as you don't mind stuff like rent control until 2029. Munich though, it's stable, rents get support from a wealthy crowd, but you're looking at lower returns, gross rental yield of just 3.4%. With property prices so high, your money doesn't stretch quite as far. Both cities have some rent controls, but Berlin is the clear front runner if you care about that income. Oh, and here's something cool, quick fact. Berlin's property prices soared by almost 50% in just 5 years. At the same time, Munich still sits at the highest absolute prices for new builds, think over 11 grand per square meter. Crazy, right? Let's talk city size and vibes, because let's face it, that's the stuff you live with every single day. Berlin is a beast. 3.9 million people, super diverse, full of creatives, techies, expats. Basically, you'll never get bored. It's honestly a cultural playground, and there are tons of career paths in creative and tech sectors. It can sometimes feel a bit big and less homey, but if you love a fast-paced and diverse scene, Berlin is your city. Munich, on the other hand, is more compact and, dare I say, easier to wrap your head around. It's got a strong business scene, especially in finance and tech. The population is much smaller, which makes the career options less varied, but it's growing steadily and is super manageable. Still, there's just more going on in Berlin, so it gets the nod. Now, quality of life and safety, this one's always debated whenever you talk about these two cities. Berlin, I won't lie, is pretty awesome on infrastructure. The public transit's great, there's always something to do. It's young, dynamic, and creative, but some areas, yeah, do have a reputation for being a bit sketchy. Munich, though, is sort of the gold standard here. Neighborhoods are pristine, everything just works, amenities are top-notch, and safety. That's basically the city's middle name. It might feel a bit more formal or conservative, but honestly, if feeling totally secure and pampered is what you're after, Munich takes the crown here. Up next, housing market dynamics. Here, where it gets interesting, Berlin has led with almost 50% price growth over the last 5 years. No, that's not a typo, it's wild. There's been an abundance of developable land, steady growth, and more construction happening. It's cooled off a little recently, but there's still solid momentum. Switch over to Munich and it's actually got the highest rents in Germany for new builds, and it's been stabilizing and even recovering, so it's super robust. Strict zoning makes land scarce, and there are fewer new homes being built now, which keeps prices high. But in terms of sheer market dynamism, Berlin's taken the lead, even with Munich holding strong fundamentals. Last category, rental market stability. Berlin's rental market is tight with a solid tenant base, but landlord competition can be a bit fierce and rent growth's just ticking along slowly at the moment. Munich, though, is a different beast. Basically no empty apartments, a real shortage of housing, and annual rent growth going through the roof, over 10% in the prime segment. Munich actually holds the record for highest rents in Germany. There's a little more price volatility thanks to its premium status, but as far as rock-solid rental stability goes, Munich comes out on top here. If you look at the overall comparison, Berlin pretty much dominates when it comes to affordability, investment returns, city diversity, and market growth. Munich, though, holds strong in the quality of life, rental stability, and those famously high rental rates. The competition is tight, but the differences are clear. So here's my take. If you're all about getting the most for your money, want strong investment returns, and crave a wild, creative scene, Berlin is your best bet. But if you're chasing premium quality of life, unbeatable safety, and you care about long-term, rock-solid wealth preservation, sure, even if it hits your savings, Munich is totally the move. Berlin just feels made for investors and young pros looking to grow, while Munich is perfect for established families or those playing the ultra-long game. If you found this breakdown helpful, send it to a friend who's thinking about making the move to Germany. Who knows, it might just help them pick their next home or investment.